Garrett's grip tightened on his phone. What do you mean someone made sure of that? Marcus's voice came through, careful, measured. I did some digging after you told me to search for Ruby Hayes. Found some interesting information. You might want to sit down for this. Just tell me. Your business partner, Trevor Caldwell, he's been intercepting attempts to contact you for years. The world tilted. What? Ruby Hayes tried to reach you at least 15 times over the past 10 years. Emails, letters sent to your company, phone calls to your office. Trevor blocked every single one. I found the emails in a hidden folder on the company server. He's been filtering anything with her name, any mention of Montana, any reference to Whitefish. Garrett felt sick. Trevor Caldwell had been his partner since the early days, his college roommate, the person he'd trusted with half his company. Why would he? I don't know yet. But Mr. Monroe, there's more. Ruby didn't just end up homeless by accident. She was working, had a good job as a nurse at Phoenix General 4 years ago. Then suddenly she was fired. Blacklisted from every hospital in the area. I'm still trying to figure out why, but the timing is suspicious. Garrett looked down at Wren, who was pressed against his side, her eyes red from crying. Find out everything, he said quietly. Every detail. And Marcus? Don't let Trevor know we're looking into this. Already on it, sir. Garrett ended the call and knelt down to Wren's level. Hey, sweetheart, your mama's in good hands now. The doctors are going to take care of her. Is she going to die? Wren's voice was small, terrified. No. He said it with more confidence than he felt. No, she's going to be okay. I promise you. You keep making promises. Wren studied his face with eyes too old for a 9-year-old. Are you going to break them like... She didn't finish, but Garrett knew what she was going to say, like other adults have. No, he said firmly, I'm going to keep every single one, starting now. Ruby was taken to intensive care at Phoenix Children's Hospital, the same hospital where Wren was still technically a patient. Dr. Richardson pulled strings to keep them together. Severe pneumonia, advanced malnutrition, dehydration, and sepsis. Dr. Richardson told Garrett outside Ruby's room, her body is shutting down. The next 48 hours are critical. Can I see her? She's unconscious. But yes. Garrett stepped into the room, and what he saw nearly brought him to his knees. Ruby looked like a ghost. Tubes and wires connected her to machines that beeped and hummed. An oxygen mask covered her face. Her cheekbones were sharp under skin that seemed paper-thin. This wasn't the vibrant girl he remembered. The one who used to laugh so hard she'd snort. Who made the best apple pie in Montana. Who dreamed of becoming a nurse and helping people. She had become a nurse, and somehow, despite achieving her dream, she'd ended up here, dying, because of choices he'd made 10 years ago. I'm sorry. He pulled a chair close to her bed and took her cold hand in his. Ruby, I'm so sorry. For leaving, for not answering. For not being there when you needed me. For not knowing about Wren, for all of it. She didn't respond. Couldn't respond. I found her, by the way, our daughter. She's incredible, brave, smart, looks just like you. His voice cracked. She saved your life, you know. If she hadn't gone looking for food, if she hadn't gotten caught, if I hadn't been driving by at that exact moment, I wouldn't have found either of you. A tear slid down his cheek. So you can't give up now, you hear me? You fought too hard, survived too much. Wren needs you. And he swallowed hard. I need you to forgive me. I need the chance to make this right. The machines kept beeping. Ruby kept breathing. But she didn't wake up. That night, Garrett set up a private room at the hospital where Wren could stay close to her mother. He'd had his assistant bring clothes, toys, books, everything a 9-year-old might need. Wren sat on the hospital bed wearing new pajamas with stars on them, looking small and lost. Can I ask you something? She said quietly. Anything. Why did you help me? You don't even know me. Garrett sat down in the chair across from her. This was the moment where he told her the truth. But how did you tell a child that you were her father, that you'd abandoned her mother, that you didn't even know she existed? Wren, he started carefully, do you know what a birthmark is? She nodded, touching her shoulder reflexively. Mama says mine is special, that it means I'm strong, that I come from a strong family. Your mama's right. That birthmark is very special. It's called the Monroe mark. It's been in my family for 4 generations. Ren's eyes widened. Your family? My grandfather had it. My father had it. I have it. He turned slightly, indicating his shoulder blade. Same exact mark, same place. But how? That mark is genetic, Ren. It gets passed down from parent to child, which means... He took a breath. Which means I'm your father. The words hung in the air between them. Ren stared at him. You're my daddy. Yes. But Mama said my daddy left before I was born, that he didn't know about me, that he had important things to do and couldn't come back. Each word was a knife. Your mama told you the truth. I left. I didn't know about you. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Ren. Did you love my mama? The question was simple, devastating. Yes, I loved her very much. I was scared and stupid, and I made the worst mistake of my life when I left her. Do you still love her? Garrett looked toward the door in the direction of Ruby's room. Yes. Then why did you leave? Because I was afraid of losing her. My dad died when I was young, and I thought if I loved your mama too much, something bad would happen to her too. So I ran away. I thought I was protecting myself, but all I did was hurt the people I loved most. Mama cried a lot when I was little. She tried to hide it, but I could hear her at night. She'd look at old pictures and cry. Garrett felt like his chest was being crushed. But she was a good mama, Ren continued fiercely. The best mama. She worked so hard, made me breakfast every day, helped me with homework, sang to me when I was scared. Even when we didn't have money, she made everything fun. She sounds amazing. She is. Ren's eyes filled with tears. So you have to save her. You have to, because I can't lose my mama. I will. I promise. You promise a lot. I know, and I'm going to keep every single one. CTA number 2, strategic placement. Before we continue, I need you to do something for me. If this story is touching your heart, if you've ever made a mistake you wish you could fix, drop a comment below. Tell me about second chances. Tell me about forgiveness, and hit that subscribe button, because what happens next is going to show you that it's never too late to make things right. Now back to our story. The next morning, Garrett called an emergency meeting at his office. Trevor Caldwell walked in with his usual confident smile, expensive suit perfectly tailored, coffee in hand. Garrett, I heard about your heroic rescue on the news. Very impressive, great PR for the company. Sit down, Trevor. Something in Garrett's tone made Trevor's smile falter. What's going on? Ruby Hayes. Trevor's face went carefully blank. Who? Don't. Garrett's voice was cold. Don't insult me by lying. I know you've been intercepting her attempts to contact me for 10 years. I know about the blocked emails, the filtered calls, the returned letters. Trevor's jaw tightened. Garrett, I can explain. You better. Because right now, I'm trying to figure out why my business partner, my supposed friend, would deliberately keep me from knowing I had a daughter. A daughter? Trevor's eyes widened. Wait, that kid from the news is yours. Answer my question. Trevor set down his coffee and leaned back in his chair. Fine, you want the truth? I did it for you, for us, for the company. Explain that. You were a mess 10 years ago, Garrett. Broken, grieving your dad, barely holding it together. Then you met me at ASU and I helped you focus, helped you build something. We started this company together with nothing but a dream and a laptop. Get to the point. The point is, you were finally moving forward, finally building the life you deserved. Then just a few months into our company's growth, this girl from your past starts calling, emailing, saying she has your kid, wanting money, wanting you to come back to some dead-end town in Montana. She wasn't asking for money. She was telling me I had a daughter. A daughter you didn't ask for, a responsibility that would have destroyed everything we built. Trevor stood up, agitated. Do you know how many startups fail because the founders get distracted? How many brilliant men throw away their potential for some woman and a kid? That's not your decision to make. Someone had to make it. You were finally successful, finally free. I wasn't going to let some waitress from Montana drag you back into poverty. She was studying to be a nurse, and she wasn't trying to drag me anywhere. She was trying to tell me about my child. Same thing, Trevor waved his hand dismissively. A kid means child support, custody battles, divided attention. It would have killed your focus, killed the company. Garrett stood slowly, his hands clenched into fists. Did you get her fired? Trevor's silence was answer enough. You did. Garrett's voice was dangerously quiet. You got Ruby blacklisted from every hospital in Phoenix. You made sure she couldn't work, couldn't support herself and our daughter. I made sure she couldn't interfere in your life. The punch happened before Garrett even realized he'd thrown it. Trevor crashed backward into his chair, blood streaming from his nose. Get out, Garrett said. Get out of my office, out of my company, out of my life. You're firing me. I own 40% of this company. Not anymore. Check your contract. There's a morality clause. Interfering in my personal life, causing harm to a third party. Fraud. You violated all of it. My lawyers will be in touch. You have 1 hour to clear out your office. Garrett, you're making a mistake. The only mistake I made was trusting you. Garrett turned toward the window, looking out at the Phoenix skyline. I said, get out. He didn't turn around until he heard the door slam. 3 days later, Ruby opened her eyes. Garrett was asleep in the chair beside her bed, his hand still holding hers, his head tilted at an uncomfortable angle. Garrett. Her voice was barely a whisper, rough from the breathing tube they'd removed that morning. He jerked awake immediately. Ruby, oh my God, Ruby, you're awake. Ren. She tried to sit up. Where's Ren? Is she? She's fine. She's safe. She's been staying in a room down the hall. I'll go get her in a minute. He pressed the call button for the nurse. How do you feel? Like I got hit by a truck. She looked around the hospital room, taking in the private suite, the flowers on every surface, the expensive equipment. Garrett, how can I afford this? You're not paying for anything. I am. I can't let you. Ruby, stop, please. Just let me do this. Let me help. She stared at him, really seeing him for the first time. You look different. Older. Rich. 10 years will do that. You built your company, made your dreams come true. There was no bitterness in her voice, just sadness. I'm glad. I always knew you would. Ruby, I'm sorry for leaving, for not being there, for not knowing about Ren, for everything. You didn't know about her because I couldn't tell you. You disappeared, changed your number, blocked me everywhere. I know, and I hate myself for that. Ruby looked away. I tried for years to find you, to tell you about your daughter. I sent letters to your company, called your office. Nothing worked. I know why now. My business partner was intercepting everything. He admitted it. He also got you fired from Phoenix General, got you blacklisted. Ruby's eyes widened. What? Trevor Caldwell. He thought he was protecting me from distractions. He destroyed your career to keep you away from me. That's why. Ruby's voice broke. I couldn't figure out why every hospital suddenly refused to hire me. I thought I'd done something wrong. I spent months trying to clear my name, but nobody would tell me what the problem was. I'm so sorry, I fired him, and I'm going to make sure he pays for what he did. It doesn't matter now. Yes, it does. You lost your career, ended up on the streets, nearly died. Because of him, because of me. You didn't know. I should have known. Garrett's voice rose. I should have tried to find you, should have made sure you were okay, should have been there. Instead, I was so busy running from my feelings that I abandoned you. Abandoned our daughter. Tears slid down Ruby's face. Why did you really leave, Garrett? The truth this time. He took a shaky breath. Because I loved you too much. Because after my dad died, I was terrified of losing anyone else. I thought if I kept you at a distance, if I left before something bad could happen, I'd be protecting myself. But all I did was create the exact pain I was trying to avoid. You hurt us both. I know. Ren grew up without a father. I found out I was pregnant 3 weeks after you left. 3 weeks, Garrett. I tried to call you. Your number was disconnected. I tried to email. No response. I sent a letter to your dorm, returned to sender. By the time I tracked down your new number through ASU, your partner was already screening your calls. Garrett felt tears streaming down his face. Ruby, I raised her alone for 9 years. People in Whitefish treated me like I was trash because I had a baby with no husband. My own parents barely spoke to me for years. I'm sorry. Stop apologizing. Ruby's voice was sharp. Sorry doesn't give me back 10 years. Sorry doesn't erase the nights Ren asked why her daddy didn't want her. Sorry doesn't fix any of this. Garrett felt like he was drowning. You're right, it doesn't. But Ruby, please, let me try to make it right. Let me be there for Ren, for you. Let me be the man I should have been 10 years ago. Why should I trust you? You left once. What's to stop you from leaving again? Because I'm not that scared kid anymore. Because I finally understand that running from love doesn't protect you. It destroys you. Because I have a daughter who needs her father. And because... He swallowed hard. Because I never stopped loving you. Ruby stared at him. Don't say that. It's true. You don't get to say that. Not after 10 years. Not after everything. I know I don't deserve forgiveness. I know I broke your trust. But Ruby, I'm asking you to give me a chance. Not for me. For Ren. She deserves to have both her parents in her life. Before Ruby could respond, the door burst open and Ren ran in, followed by a nurse trying to catch her. Mama, you're awake. Ren launched herself at the bed. Careful. Garrett caught her gently. Your mama's still healing. But Ruby was already wrapping her arms around her daughter, crying and laughing at the same time. My baby, my sweet baby. You're okay. You're safe. I told you I'd find help, Ren said proudly. I found Daddy. Ruby's eyes met Garrett's over their daughter's head. The look she gave him was complicated. Pain and anger and hope and fear all mixed together. Yeah, Ruby whispered. You found Daddy. 2 weeks later, Ruby was released from the hospital. Garrett had rented a house in Scottsdale, close to his office but separate from his own home. He wanted Ruby to have space, independence, a place that was hers and Ren's. He'd also hired a nurse to help Ruby recover, arranged for a physical therapist, and made sure the kitchen was fully stocked. This is too much, Ruby said, walking through the beautiful 4-bedroom house with its pool and mountain views. It's not enough, Garrett replied, not for what you've been through. Ren ran from room to room, delighted. Mama, look, I have my own bathroom, and there's a pool. Can we go swimming? Not yet, baby. Mama needs to get stronger first. Garrett watched them together, the easy affection, the way Ruby's whole face lit up when Ren laughed, the bond that had survived poverty and homelessness and trauma. He'd missed 9 years of this. 9 years of bedtime stories and scraped knees and first days of school. 9 years of being a father. But he was here now. Ruby, can we talk? Garrett asked after Ren had gone to explore the backyard. About what? About us. About what happens next. Ruby sat down on the couch, looking exhausted. Garrett, there is no us. There's you and there's me and there's Ren. You can be Ren's father. I won't keep you from her, but that's all this is. Ruby, no, listen to me. I spent 9 years loving you, missing you, hating you, trying to move on. I finally made peace with the fact that you were gone, that we were over, and then you show up and save us, and you're rich and successful and saying all the right things. But Garrett, I can't trust that. I can't trust you. I understand. Do you? Do you understand what it was like raising a child alone? Working 3 jobs just to afford a 1-bedroom apartment? Having people look at me like I was stupid for having a baby I couldn't afford? Losing my career because your business partner decided I was inconvenient? No, I don't understand. But I want to. It's not enough to want, Garrett. You actually have to do it. You have to show up, every day, not just when it's easy or convenient, but when Ren has nightmares, when she's sick, when she's being difficult, when I'm being difficult. You have to prove you're not going to run away again. I will. I'll prove it, however long it takes. Ruby looked at him for a long moment. I don't know if I can love you again. The words hurt more than he expected. I know. But Ren deserves her father, so we'll try this. Co-parenting. being in each other's lives for her sake. But Garrett, if you hurt her, if you let her down, I will never forgive you. I won't. I swear to you, Ruby, I won't. Y'all, if this story is hitting you in your chest right now, I need you to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs to hear about redemption and second chances. And drop a comment telling me, do you think Garrett deserves Ruby's forgiveness? Let me know what you think. Now let's see how this family finds their way back to each other. Garrett kept his promise. Every day for 6 months, he showed up. He took Ren to school in the mornings, helped with homework in the evenings, went to parent-teacher conferences, attended dance recitals, read bedtime stories. He learned that Ren hated broccoli but loved carrots, that she was afraid of thunderstorms but loved rain, that she wanted to be a veterinarian when she grew up because she loved animals. He learned how to braid hair, badly but he tried. How to make grilled cheese the way Ren liked it, cut diagonally with the crusts off. How to check for monsters under the bed with the appropriate level of seriousness. He also supported Ruby, paid for her to go back to school to renew her nursing license, hired the best lawyers to fight the blacklisting, made sure she had everything she needed to rebuild her career. But he kept his distance emotionally, didn't push, didn't pressure, just showed up day after day, proving he wasn't going anywhere. Until the day everything changed. It was Ren's 10th birthday. Garrett had planned a party at the house, bouncy castle, pool games, all of Ren's new friends from school. The party was winding down when Ren ran up to him, her face glowing with happiness. "This is the best birthday ever," she announced. "I'm glad, sweetheart. Can I ask you something?" "Anything?" "Can you and Mama get married?" Garrett nearly choked. "What?" "All my friends have parents who live together. I want us to be a real family, with you and Mama and me all in the same house." "Ren, it's not that simple." "Why not? You love Mama, right?" "Yes, and Mama loves you. I can tell." "She smiles different when you're around." "She does." Ren nodded seriously. "So you should get married. Then we can all be together." Before Garrett could respond, Ruby appeared. "Ren, can you go help bring out the birthday cake? Your friends are waiting." Ren ran off, and Ruby sat down beside Garrett on the patio. "You heard that?" Garrett asked. "Some of it." "I'm sorry, she's been talking about that a lot lately." "Has she?" Ruby nodded, not meeting his eyes. "She wants a normal family, 2 parents, 1 house, the whole picture." "What do you want, Ruby?" She was quiet for a long moment. "I don't know." "Do you still hate me?" "I never hated you. I was angry, hurt, scared, but hate? No." "Do you trust me now?" Ruby finally looked at him. "You've been here every day for 6 months. You've been patient, kind, present. You've been everything I needed you to be 10 years ago. But I'm still scared. Scared that this is temporary, that once the guilt wears off, once being a father stops being new and exciting, you'll realize this isn't what you want." "Ruby, I'm not going anywhere. You don't know that." "Yes, I do. Because I woke up this morning and realized something. Every morning for 6 months, the first thing I think about is you and Ren. What you're doing. If you're okay. What I can do to make your day better. You're not an obligation. You're not a responsibility. You're my family. And I choose you. Every single day, I choose you." Ruby's eyes filled with tears. "Garrett, I'm not asking you to marry me, not yet. I know I haven't earned that, but I'm asking you to believe me when I say I'm not going anywhere. I'm asking you to trust that I've changed, that I'm not that scared kid anymore. How do I know? Because that kid would have run the moment things got hard. And Ruby, the last 6 months haven't been easy. Learning to be a father to a daughter I missed 9 years of knowing. Navigating co-parenting with a woman who had every right to hate me. Facing my mistakes every single day. But I didn't run. I stayed. And I'm going to keep staying." A tear slid down Ruby's cheek. "I want to believe you." "Then believe me. What if you hurt us again?" "I won't." "But what if—" Garrett took her hand. "Ruby, I can't promise that life won't be hard. I can't promise we won't fight or disagree or have tough days. But I can promise I will never abandon you again. I will never run from us. Because I finally understand something. Love isn't about avoiding pain, it's about choosing someone even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Ruby was crying now. I'm so scared. I know. But we can be scared together. She looked at their joined hands. Ren deserves both of us. She does. And Ruby. He waited until she met his eyes. So do you. You deserve someone who shows up, who stays, who fights for you. And if you'll let me, I want to be that person. Not because I owe you, but because I choose you. I choose us. You really mean that? Every word. Ruby studied his face for a long moment, then slowly she leaned forward and kissed him. It was gentle, tentative, filled with 10 years of pain and 6 months of healing and the fragile hope of a future together. When she pulled back, she was smiling through her tears. Don't make me regret this. I won't. I swear to you, Ruby, I won't. The wedding was small, just family and close friends. Held in the backyard of their home, not the rental anymore, but the house they'd bought together. The one where all 3 of them lived. Ren was the flower girl, wearing a purple dress she'd picked out herself. She walked down the aisle with her head high, beaming with pride. Ruby wore a simple white dress, and when Garrett saw her walking toward him, he felt the same thing he'd felt 10 years ago in Montana. This was it. This was everything. But this time he wasn't running. This time he was staying. I, Garrett Monroe, take you, Ruby Hayes, to be my wife. 10 years ago, I ran from you because I was afraid. Today, I'm running toward you because I finally understand that love isn't about avoiding fear. It's about choosing someone despite it. I promise to stay when things get hard, to choose you every single day, to be the man you and Ren deserve, today and every day for the rest of my life. Ruby's vows were equally simple. I, Ruby Hayes, take you, Garrett Monroe, to be my husband. I promise to forgive as many times as it takes, to believe in second chances, to build a life with you, to trust you with my heart, even though it's scary. Because love is always scary, but it's also always worth it. When they kissed, Ren cheered so loud that everyone laughed. At the reception, Ren pulled them both onto the dance floor. Group hug, she announced, wrapping her arms around both of them. Garrett held his wife and daughter close, and felt something he'd been missing for 10 years finally click into place. He was home, not a place, not a house. But these 2 people who'd forgiven him, given him another chance, taught him that love wasn't about being perfect. It was about showing up, staying, choosing each other even when it was hard, especially when it was hard. Dad, watch this. Garrett looked up from his laptop to see Ren, now 15 and somehow already too grown up, attempting a complicated dive into the pool. Beautiful, he called out. Now do your homework. She groaned dramatically but climbed out, grabbing a towel. Ruby came out with lemonade, settling into the chair beside him. 5 years of marriage had only made her more beautiful. She'd rebuilt her nursing career, working at the same hospital where Dr. Richardson practiced. They'd become close friends. I've been thinking, Ruby said. Dangerous. I'm serious. I want to start a foundation to help homeless families, single mothers trying to survive, people who fall through the cracks like we did. Garrett smiled. I think that's perfect. What do you need? Your business expertise and your money. She grinned. Lots of your money. Done. What are we calling it? The Ren Foundation, after our daughter. After the little girl who saved us all. Garrett reached for Ruby's hand. I love it. And I love you. I love you too. Even though you still make terrible grilled cheese. Hey, Ren says my grilled cheese is improving. Ren is a sweet liar. They laughed and Ren yelled from inside, I heard that. And Mum's right, Dad. Your grilled cheese is terrible. That evening, after Ren went to bed, Garrett and Ruby sat on the patio watching the sunset. Do you ever think about how different things could have been? Ruby asked. If you hadn't been driving by that day, if Ren hadn't gotten caught, if she didn't have the birthmark. Every day, Garrett admitted, I came so close to missing this, to missing everything that matters. But you didn't miss it. No, because a brave little girl survived, and because she wore the mark that brought her home. That brought all of us home. Ruby leaned her head on his shoulder. You know, Ren asked me yesterday if the birthmark was really magic. What did you tell her? I told her yes, that it was the kind of magic that brings families together, that reminds us who we belong to, that guides us home when we're lost. That's beautiful. It's true. Ruby lifted her head to look at him. You were lost, Garrett. For 10 years, you were running and running, trying to escape pain. But you can't outrun DNA. That birthmark brought you back, brought you home. Not the birthmark, Garrett said softly. You and Ren. You're my home. Always have been. Inside the house, they could hear Ren singing off-key to whatever was playing on her phone. Normal sounds, happy sounds, the sounds of a family that had been broken and put back together. I'm glad you stayed, Ruby whispered. I'm glad you let me. And there, under the Arizona stars, Garrett held his wife and listened to their daughter sing and knew with absolute certainty he'd spent 10 years running from home. But home had been waiting for him all along. In a birthmark, in a little girl's courage, in a woman's forgiveness. In the ordinary magic of choosing love even when you're scared, especially when you're scared. This story isn't just about Garrett and Ruby and Ren, it's about all of us. Because how many of us are running from something? Running from love because we're afraid of being hurt. Running from responsibility because we're afraid of failing. Running from our past because we're ashamed of our mistakes. Garrett ran for 10 years, and you know what he found? Nothing. Empty success, hollow achievement, money that couldn't fill the hole in his heart. But when he finally stopped running, when he finally faced his fear and his mistakes and his pain, that's when he found everything. The lesson here isn't just about second chances, though God knows we all need those. The lesson is this: love isn't about avoiding pain. It's about choosing someone anyway. Family isn't about perfection. It's about showing up even when it's hard. Home isn't a place. It's the people who love you exactly as you are, flawed, broken, scared, and choose you anyway. Garrett had a birthmark that connected him to his daughter. But we all have marks, scars and regrets and mistakes that tell our story. And those marks don't make us unworthy of love. They make us human. If you're running from something today, I want you to stop, just for a moment, and ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Because the thing you're running from might be the very thing you need to run toward. Maybe it's a person you hurt, an apology you need to make, a relationship you gave up on too soon, a child who needs their parent, a love you were too scared to fight for. Whatever it is, please hear me, it's not too late. It wasn't too late for Garrett. It's not too late for you. If this story touched your heart, if you needed to hear this message today, I need you to do 3 things. First, hit that like button. Second, share this video. Third, drop a comment and tell me, what are you running from? What do you need the courage to face? Let's encourage each other in the comments. We're all in this together. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because at VickyTale, we tell stories that don't just entertain, they transform.